In this video, we're going to talk about coaching chemistry sessions. What is coaching chemistry session? What is the purpose? How do you need to structure those sessions so that you get the best clients to achieve your goals? So let's start with, what is it? Chemistry sessions are the sessions that we have with the clients, potential clients, before we decide to work together with them. You can consider chemistry sessions as session 0. That is the session or the meeting that you meet with a client, you get to know each other and decide to work together. Let's continue with the purpose of the sessions. You can even call these sessions as chemistry meetings. So the purpose of the chemistry session is to get to know your potential client. But it is not just for you, it is also for them to get to know you. You might ask yourself, why is it important to get to know each other before you start to work together? It is simple. Coaching is a profession that is based on trust. So you can think of this session as the foundation of building trust in your relationship with your client. You want to see if you're a good fit for this relationship, if there's a click between you and your client. One of the main purposes of the coaching chemistry sessions is to understand what they expect from coaching, what they expect from you as their coach. You can also ask them if they had coaching before. If they did, you can ask about their experience, what worked for them and what didn't work for them. What did they like about their coach, or maybe what they didn't like about their coach. That gives you a greater understanding about their expectations. If they haven't had coaching before, that is also great because you can use this session to educate your client. You can tell them what coaching is and what coaching is not, which is a little bit clarifying what they can expect from you and from this relationship. If they haven't had coaching before and you are the first coach that they're having conversations with, you would suggest that they might meet with other coaches as well to understand what sorts of coaching or what sorts of coaching styles is out there and which one fits with them better. And let's start with the process. The first step of coaching chemistry session is to do your preparation before the session. What type of preparation can you do? First of all, you can go online and search online for their name and get a little bit of a background information. If they are working in a corporate company, corporate organization, you can collect some information about the organization. If they are not working in a corporate company, that is also fine. That tells you what they might be expecting from you. It's also nice to have a booking form when you're setting up your chemistry sessions. In that form, you can ask questions about what their expectations, what is holding them back, what do they want to get out of the coaching session, what experience did they have before, if they're working or not working. So you can collect that information even before the session. The second thing as a prep that I would suggest all of the coaches to do is to ground themselves before the session, because the chemistry session is not an interview. It's a glimpse of what they can expect from you as a coach, and presence is really important when you are coaching. So be present in your chemistry sessions like you are in your coaching sessions. To do that, you might need to take 10 minutes or 5 minutes before the session and get ready, mentally ready for the session by doing some mindfulness exercises. Let's talk about the structure. I would suggest holding the structure lightly, because coaching is all about presence, it's all about following your coachee's interests. So it is the same for the chemistry conversation as well. You might introduce the agenda and the purpose of the call as like getting to know each other, understanding your coachee's needs a little bit better, and also talk about some of the topics that you might want to work together, and maybe also cover some logistics. And still hold it lightly. If your coachee haven't had a chemistry session before, probably they have no idea about what to expect. So it might be good for them to get a little bit of understanding what to expect from that conversation. In my chemistry sessions, I usually talk about the purpose of the call, but I also ask them what do they want to get from this conversation? What is the best way of using our time together? There is this balance of introducing yourself and getting to know them. So you might want to ask your potential client, what do they want to learn about you? When you start to getting to know them, it is important to understand what brings them to this space, what is holding them back to reach their goals, and what would success look like at the end of this coaching relationship. Also, you can start coaching them in the session to give them an understanding of what it looks like to be working with you. You might use some tools, some techniques that you think is a right fit in that moment. And one of the other things that you would need to discuss in that meeting is some logistics. How often you're going to meet, how long the sessions will be, or is it going to be face-to-face or virtual? What if they cancel in the last minute? What is your cancellation policy? Some of the logistics are really important to cover. One of the questions that I get a lot from my supervisees is, do I need to talk about my prices in a chemistry session, or maybe I should put my prices up on my website? So it really depends. You need to find the right way that feels right for you. When it comes to how I do the things, I like to talk about the things in a chemistry session because I offer packages depending on the needs of the potential client. So before understanding what they really need, I can't really say how long it will take or how many sessions we need to work with. I believe it is important to get a better understanding of what they need and then flex your approach to your coachee. It might mean changing number of sessions. It might mean changing if it is face-to-face or virtual. It might be maybe changing the structure of the overall coaching package. So you can't really give a price before doing the consultation. And of course, there is an ultimate question: what if they don't choose me? It is important to be aware of that. It is not about you, it is about them. Coaching relationship is an adult to adult relationship. And in the chemistry session, actually you're giving your potential client the right to choose. This brings them to an adult state. It's okay if they choose to work with another coach. The fundamental mindset of coaching is to have the belief that the coachee will make the right decision for themselves. And also it is same for the coach. You might think that you are not a right fit with that coachee, and that is also okay. Chemistry sessions is not just a session for the coachee to select their coach, but it is also the session for the coach to select their coachee. Of course, we are all human. So if someone says, oh, I decided to work with another coach, you might feel a little bit of disappointment. It all depends on where you are at with your business, what mindset you have. Do you think you need more clients? Maybe you are financially struggling a little bit, so that might feel a little bit heavier than it is. But always remind yourselves that you might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that is okay. It's not about who you are, it is about what they need. If you're a cup of tea and they need a double espresso, it's not about you. But if you think this is becoming a pattern, if you think this is a recurring theme, maybe this is the place that you want to take this to supervision and work with your coaching supervisor. The last thing that I would like to mention is the ending of a coaching chemistry session. At the end of the session, your client might say, yes, I'm going to work with you. Everything works for me and I'm going to start working with you as soon as possible, so send me the contract. Well, that's great. But they might also say, okay, I'm going to think about it. So it's important to honor the session that you have had. Don't forget, every interaction that you have with potential clients is about your personal brand. So make sure your ending is also represents your personal brand in a nice way. Thank you very much for watching me today, and I'll see you in my next video.